So we are back here on GP Bikes. Today we are at a very fun track. Fortunately, on GP Bikes isn't particularly great, but we're going to give it a whirl anyway, for the purpose of the video. A few things to note actually. This is my first time actually making a video with the Meta Quest 3. A lot of you will have known that I had the Meta Quest 2 and sold it, bought a Quest 3. And I reckon this is going to be a ball of fun in VR, this track. The fastest circuit in the UK, and take UK out of it, it's probably one of the fastest in the world really, Thruxton. Such a flowing, high-speed track. And it is always a very, very good race when we get the British Superbikes here. Just because it's so fast and flowing. Tires go off. You see him two-wheel drifting down here into La Chicane. Back to the reason why I upgraded, and what I'm thinking of my thoughts with this Quest 3 is that it's just been too hot to use it. I got it around April time, and when I got it I wanted to get some accessories. They took about 2 or 3 weeks to arrive, and it was just too bloody hot to use it, man. And it still is, because even though I'm sitting here now at nearly 11 o'clock at night on a Sunday, I'm still fogging up my lenses here just because it's so hot it is at the moment, and I'm in Ireland of all places, not known for its heat. Oh, fun corner this is. All these fast long corners on a push lap are north of 100 miles an hour, about 110. Of course we are on the Yamaha one, which is the bike that is absolutely dominant around here. Such a fast track. Don't know if anyone saw the video of Christian Idden doing a lap in the car with Steve Day on TNT before the race again for his BSV, but he talks and does a great job of explaining this track and all its glory. And he says that you come to these slower corners here and you go through in first and second gear, and most tracks these are a medium speed corner, but he says because your brain is so in tune with high speed, so if you get to these and it feels like you could go through it on foot at walking pace faster, which just shows really how fast the track this is. Tear off needed. It's just so nice to be back in VR. And I must say, this Quest 3, if anyone is thinking of picking up one, they are pricey. I have the full-blown Quest 3, not the Quest 3 S. It is absolutely outrageously good. Biggest issue at the moment for me is I just don't bloody use it. It's just too hot, so I can't wait for when we get into, again, bunny hop across the chicane, as you do. Just when we get into kind of September onwards, temperatures should drop again. And VR should be a bit more of a easier play. Obviously, anytime you have the VR headset on, it is bloody roasting with it because you get so hot in your face. It's basically a little computer in its own right on top of your head. Do hope at some point over the next 6-7 months, the end of this year and start next year, I can take part in some sort of league in VR. Because I'm obviously not the fastest in third person, but I'm not anywhere near as fast in VR. But it's so enjoyable, I'd love to try and do maybe 10-12 laps around here, a full push with the headset on in first person in VR. I'd love to see how I'd get on and fare. Of course, we've done the R6 League previously, the Motor America revamped, which was first person only. At the time I actually had an issue with OBS that cost me running that championship in full VR. I'm gonna have to turn the wick up slightly, I reckon, here. We're not the bunny hoppy this time. See what this lap time is in a second once we get through the difficult turn 1. And the apex of that, about 105 miles an hour. Such an all-action track that I've yet to even been able to look down at the dash to see what the lap times. Of course, in VR, turn off everything max HUD-wise. This BSB-R1 is absolutely amazing around here. It's one of the last 14 races at this track, this bike. Can't say there's many other tracks out there with a record like that with a bike and track combination. Who can forget as well, 3 years ago now, that Jason O'Halloran last 2 laps in race 2, I believe it was, where he came back from being kind of punted back on so many positions late on. We're at the last corner again and we're well wide, but I'm going to make that into the racing line. Down to a 16.6 according to my clipboard. My digital one, I'm way too out of practice in first person. Oh, there's our first crash almost. Take a lap off here, just have a look down to that. 16.7 is what I did last lap, 16.6. That's what I've done fast. I'm actually going to jump into the pits, have a quick look at what the BSB boys did here in qualifying, and see if we can maybe push the envelope of this R1. As I'm having a lot of fun really with this track combination. It's a lot of fun in VR really with the R1 because it's very pleasant this bike around here. And yeah, let's see how it goes. So here we are on our lap. We have done a 16.6 so far. Our ideal best lap time is a 16.0. And Kyle Wright at the weekend went half a second faster, on the grass, half a second faster than the outright lap record, which is a 14.1 now he's done. So our time to beat is rather fast. I'd be pretty, again on the grass, I'd be pretty confident that in third person I could probably beat it. But I think in first person here in VR it's going to be a bit of a challenge, but let's give it a go. I'll give myself maybe 3 push laps and see where I've made a few setup tweaks to the bike. And now we need to start taking a bit more risk and pushing the boat out slightly further. Let's go. Well, that went fucking excellent, didn't it? So, first lap has ended in a crash, as you just saw. Yeah, not really sure, to be honest. Got on the brakes nice and aggressively, but nothing too stupid, I thought. Yeah, maybe outlap was a bit too slow. Tyres, obviously, in this game do take a couple laps to win, so maybe I was just a bit zealous with my front end, but we'll go again. That's 1 lap down, so this lap now is again just all about trying to get tyre temps. Because clearly, front tyre isn't there. We have taken small with the fuel out of the bike, so maybe that was a direct result of that. Slight difference in weight balance, just didn't load the front in the way I wanted it locked, but yeah, let's go again. Lap 2 incoming. Hopefully we make it past turn 1. Oh, on the grass, didn't mean that. What you don't see from the TV is how bloody blind this part of the track is. I cannot see the actual track. There's a lot of weird camera along here. You don't see the track on now. You just tip in. Oh, the apex is there. Oh, that's a bit wide, but we'll spin it up on exit. Last of the late breakers into this difficult chicane. Oh, and we've shagged it again. That means this lap's gone, so we're going to have to go for... We're going to have to go for one more, unfortunately. Which means we're going to have to roll around and go again. Which has been 9. So far, 2 laps, 2 crashes, and no improvement. I look like Glen Owen, actually, now in the full black suit DRI helmet. One thing I just noticed is that when I turned off all the max HUD settings, the radar and all that rubbish on the screen, I actually turned off the rumble, so only noticed now that I'm riding on with no vibration, so that might explain some of my crashes. So excuses have been brought out pretty early in this one, so this is our last warm-up lap before we push on, but we got a pretty good lap till this point here, last lap. And got a slide on, it's a bit out of control, but it was pretty fast I felt. And we took a lot more risk through here, but like I was saying, this corner, just as you go over this brow of a hill here, you're kind of, in real life you stand the bike up a bit more than I can, but you come here with so much speed, but you don't see the corner till, in many senses, it's just too late. You can see that again, end up on the grass just because I don't really know the bike placement. It hit me a good half an hour, 1 hour probably, of laps to get up to speed of that corner, but we don't have that. We have 1 lap with an R1. Thruxton, let's get it. such a hard circuit to really try and give it everything at, because 1 mile an hour too much at the apex will push you so far off the track. So far though, it's been decent-ish lap. Should be wheeling through there, should I? Probably the best we've taken church so far. Rear end is not happy. Right, let's not blow the chicane, please. Apex somewhere there. 1 to go. Across the line, last lap. What was the lap time? A 15.6, so we improved by about a second. Unfortunately, we are absolutely nowhere near Kyle Wright, or even Brad Ray for that matter. I'll put on screen where we'd end up if we were actually in that qualifying session. To be honest, I think we're even slower than Glenn Irwin, who's come back from injury and riding a bike he's never ridden before. But anyway, chat. Trying out the Quest 3 finally on GB Bikes for the first time on camera. Waving to all the fans and all the green trees. But if you have GB Bikes and you have a VR headset, get yourself on a superbike around here. Or even a super sport bike could actually be equally as good, because you could really push it in the corners. There's this thing. This R1 is amazing, but man, it's a bloody handful everywhere. Coming through here, the thing actually wanted a wheelie in 3rd gear somehow, which is see it there, even on a rolling lap there, it just wants to kick their air up so much. There's Church Corner, we're going to fly through it here. Absolutely railing through here on the grass now, but you get the point. It is an amazing track, and with this bike it is a lot of fun. So we're going to end it there. Hope you have enjoyed. I shall see you soon on a racetrack somewhere in the world with a bike or a car. Thanks for watching. Slán go fóill buachaillí.